What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to check out the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. This one is the limited all-wheel drive, finished off in Atlantis Blue, and has an MSRP at $47,600. So comment below, is this the best way to go for a 3-row SUV that isn't over $50,000? There are some cool features. First and foremost, let's go ahead and show you the smart park. So if I hold down the remote start, we can fire it up. We got those really cool LED lights, and then on this one side we have the front and back button. So if I just hold one down, the car is going to automatically start driving forward, which how many cars do that? Pretty much only the Hyundais. So that is super cool to be able to drive this from the key fob. You can also see how those grille shutters have opened up, and then it's going to go ahead and go into reverse. So that alone is one cool feature that these offer. Now from here you can see how it's all locked. Just grabbing the door handle unlocks, mirrors will fold out as well. So we can pop the hood and see what is underneath the hood. So this one's gonna get the 4-cylinder turbo engine. So this is a 2.5 liter turbocharged motor pumping out 277 horsepower with 311 pound-feet of torque. We also have an 8-speed dual clutch transmission with the all-wheel drive system. And then for MPG, we get 20 in the city, 28 on the highway, running on a 17.7 gallon fuel tank. Taking a look at the styling now, you already saw the cool LED lights. They have that H logo, and then this will all light up too. So all LED, really nicely designed. You have this black chrome trim, and then these opened up once we turn the engine on. We have our forward-facing camera, nice grills down below, safety sensor, parking sensors, and then a trim piece right here to allow some airflow. So it's got a cool look overall, very unique. Nothing really looks like this out on the road. It's super boxy, but also has some sleek lines throughout it. And this blue color kind of has a pearl effect to it. Up on the hood, we're gonna get a couple sharp body lines and then an overall flat panel. At the side, we have really sharp lines around the wheel arches, and then some silver trim cutting into the wheels, which have a really nice look. I love this two-tone design with this massive 5-spoke, and then these are 20-inch diameter. For the side, you're gonna get more of that silver trim running through it with the plastic, and then one sharp body line, and then once again, a very flat panel overall. We got body colored mirror caps with the turn signaling camera, body colored door handles, and then you can see just the nice plastic trim and everything blacked out. We have roof rails up above, and there's gonna be 2 different panes of glass for the panoramic sunroof. And then side profile, very boxy. The rear end just kind of cuts off, so it's got a really unique style. In back, we have an integrated spoiler with your third brake light, Hyundai logo, Santa Fe written out, H-track logo for that all-wheel drive system, and then the silver trim makes its way all the way towards the license plate. We're gonna get our taillights up above with the H logo, black in the middle with rear view camera and your grab handle, and then some parking sensors and your single exhaust tip. So wrapping up the exterior styling, once again, just a unique vehicle. I think it does look really cool, and different trims really make this look different. There's one over there that has more of an off-road style, and then a blacked out look as well. So pretty cool how different trims truly make this vehicle look a lot different. With the third row up, this is a 3-row vehicle, which you may not expect, but we have some hidden space down below and still a good amount of space with the third row in use. Headrest, of course, will pop upwards, and then to fold everything down, you can just pull that and push these manually down. It's nice to see that you do have the recline. The recline lever will be up here where you can mix and match. And then with everything downwards, we have quite a lot of space. Now for the second row, we're gonna get buttons right here you can press, and they'll fold nicely, and you can see just how nice of a flat area we have for cargo space. And then just pressing the button up above, we can close everything down. For the interior, this one's gonna have a nice gray leather interior. We also have the sunshade up above, and I like all the soft touch you're gonna get. You have this cool gray wood trim, and then this plastic, kind of looks like machined metal, and we have more soft touch all throughout it. There's gonna be heated rear seats, cup holders, and another look at how flat everything is for the interior cargo space. So pulling the recline lever, we can unlock the seats, pull these back upwards, and take a look at how the back seats are. So there is gonna be a little cargo area right in the center, and then we have storage back here, little hooks, and an overall pretty good idea. So we have the massive sunroof up above, and then for the middle seat, you can pull this downwards, and we have armrests and cup holders. For the recline, if I pull this back, I mean, it reclines a ton. This is a really good back seat. I have plenty of legroom at 5'11". Really can't complain at all. And there's also the bar down here where you can slide this forwards and back. So for a family SUV, without going crazy on price, keeping it under 50, I think this really does have quite a lot to offer. Now there's a button up above and down below, which is gonna do the same thing. It'll just slide the seat and get it out of the way. And then for these, you really need to operate them from the cargo space, but we can still do it from here and get everything nicely and up. You're gonna get air vents, cup holders, you have USB plugs, and then on the left side over here, you can see the rear AC. So you have climate controls as well that you are able to configure. Now, if we go ahead and pull the seat back to where it was, again, at 5'11", my knees are a little cramped. Seat base is very much on the floor. So this is a pretty cramped back seat. However, with the recline, honestly, not the worst. I could be back here for a little while. At least we have the nice amenities and good headroom overall. So in a pinch, you know, really not a bad option. And especially for younger kids, of course, not full-size adults, this would be a pretty useful third row. So for not being a giant SUV, I think Hyundai has done a good job giving you a useful 3-row vehicle. So pretty cool blend of everything. And the second row air vents are up in the pillar. So really can't complain. And then moving on to the driver's seat now, once again, you have the soft touch, you have memory seating, the nice aluminum colored trim, same with the wood colored trim, all your controls, and a massive armrest. Now for the seats, we have all of our power controls, and then I really like this gray leather trim. It's really nice looking bolsters. I like the perforations throughout it. And then there's more of these H logos. So you're gonna see that all throughout the interior and exterior. But really nice interior overall. I love the color combination. Popping in, there are gonna be some ambient light strips throughout it. And then firing it up. Got the nice light gray steering wheel with these controls, and then this silver trim. There are paddle shifters as well for the 8-speed. And then we have our gear selector, as well as the stock for windshield wipers, headlights on the left. We have all the controls for the screen, as well as cruise control, and then Bluetooth and audio on the right with our smart button. So for the screen, I can cycle through a couple of the pages and then scroll up and down and see all sorts of different information. Continuing over, you got a couple other screens. And for the turn signals, you have those cameras, which is a really cool touch. Down below, we have the park and brake, interior lighting, the tailgate, as well as traction control, one of your air vents, and then the nice wood trim with all soft touch up above on the dash. You can see that two-tone, and once again, the lighting will kind of make an H for the entire dashboard. So again, just cool little Easter eggs. So we have an extra glove box up here, can fit a couple phones, another storage compartment up above here, and then you can pull that down for the actual glove box. We have our navigation, audio controls, and then all these large tiles to make it really easy to operate. For the nav, you got a big full sky screen going back here. Audio control, you're going to get Apple CarPlay, things like that. And then twisting this back into reverse, you have a really nice backup camera with a top-down view, other displays, and then even a 360 view. So really nice to see that. And then when you are moving, it'll allow you to see everything moving. Park button as well. We have a shortcut to the camera so you can toggle into, which is a nice touch. And then down below that, we have all of our air vents with shortcuts. So if you don't want to always use the touchscreen, you can just tap any of these and it makes it pretty simple overall. We have our climate controls with a dedicated panel. We have dual zone temperature, heated and vented seats, heated steering wheel, all of the different controls. A couple of different drive modes you're able to configure. It'll pop up on the center screen. And then we have the downhill assist, auto start stop, 4-wheel drive lock, and an auto hold. We have a couple plugs here where you can configure charging or multimedia, and then we're going to get the 2 wireless phone charging pads with storage all throughout the center. Extra storage down here with a 12-volt, and then a nice design for the armrest with more storage. So really can't complain. I like the interior a lot, especially for sub 50 grand. It feels pretty premium with all these soft touch materials. Headliner also has a really neat color. It's kind of like a jean color gray, so kind of like a denim, which looks really neat. Got a manual sunshade up above, all of your controls for the front and rear, and then you have a thin mirror with garage door buttons underneath. So setting off now in the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited. This seems like a pretty good spec given we're under 50 grand, and yet you have a really nice interior. The fact that everything is a soft touch, you have this cool wood look, and I mean, this honestly is a really nice place to be. And then with the glass up above, really can't complain. So overall ride quality, we got a couple bumps. You know, it takes the bumps really nicely. It does feel like a luxury riding car. So I like how Hyundai has given this kind of that build quality that you would want if you're spending nearly $50,000. And being a family vehicle, this is gonna be something you're gonna be driving a lot. You got the kids in the back, you know, picking up friends, all that sort of thing. So this is a car that is gonna be used a lot for people and for just driving in general. And I feel like the ride quality is totally there to fit the price point. Acceleration is pretty good too, just giving it a little bit of throttle. RPMs are staying low and we are right up there. So I like to see that this turbo engine and that 8-speed especially really lets you deliver the power nicely. It's a pretty peppy car to drive and you're still gonna get pretty good gas mileage. So nice to see that you kind of just have a blend of everything with it. Visibility's pretty good. You have a huge windshield, huge glass all around, and then over your right and left shoulder, once again, all the windows are really large. So it seems like just an easy vehicle to get used to. Maybe you're not quite ready to buy like a big SUV. This crossover style really does a good job giving you the space of an SUV, but without having to have something that is so massive. So it's a pretty nice to drive vehicle overall. And I like how you have all the easy controls for everything like that. Cruise control works great in Hyundais. I love their lane assist, the steering intervention, it all works really good. And you can basically drive this car and let it drive for you. So if you're on the highway, and I mean, it is a really nice car just to cruise. Ride quality, as you can tell, I mean, we're not hearing anything at 40 miles an hour on a nice smooth road. We'll get up a little faster, of course, but honestly, it's a good place to be. The seats are also really comfortable, very padded. You have a lot of room in here too with really good storage solutions. So it's kind of just an easy vehicle to get used to, and you don't have to break the bank to get something that does have a useful third row. Obviously, it's a little cramped back there for a full-grown adult, but little kids, things like that, I mean, this is gonna do what it needs to do. And if we go into sport mode with manual, the dual clutch is quick. Like literally, you can go through the gears like you're in a sports car and we're up to speed so quickly. So the power is really good. It's got great delivery, adequately powered for this size vehicle. I don't see any shortcomings with the 4-cylinder turbo. And with an 8-speed dual clutch versus some CVT or even just a basic automatic, it kind of gives you more response than you would expect in something like this. So I'm enjoying that aspect to it. I don't really see any major drawbacks from a driver's perspective. It's a nice place to be, and it's got all the features you're gonna want. Hyundais are very feature packed, and I feel like they've done this car pretty good. I love going through the gears. It gives you a little bit of that sports car vibe to it. And then once again, with the lane assist and all that, again, this car pretty much can drive like itself.